Rapper Dank DeMoss, also known as Rosa Parks, is the biggest female rapper in the world. Not by streams, but by circumference. She makes Biggie look small and Tupac look like toothpick. Put her and Dave Blunt's on the same stage and it'll sink into the center of the earth.
Deja Blandings recorded it all. Her Lyft driver pulling up, only to turn her down.
The judge dismissed the case with prejudice, saying the reason she was denied access into the vehicle is because someone her size would make the ride unsafe. The Chubby Chaser community has spoken out in her defense, saying that not only would the ride be very safe, but it would also be a lot of fun. I'm Lewis Spears. Welcome back to Lou Review. Like, subscribe, and let's break it down.
Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
I don't know about you, but I've been following this story incredibly closely. Well, as close as you can get without getting sucked into her orbit anyway.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
Is there an expression that you can make that really conveys the fear that you have for your own suspension in your car? I can only imagine the face he pulled is the exact same expression that the owner of an all-you-can-eat buffet pulls when they see her squeeze herself through the front door. Like, normally when I get into an Uber, the people will look at me and be like, is this guy gonna fit? If I was the width of her and the size of me, I mean, they would start having to chop the roof off vehicles for me to have a lift.
I can fit in this car.
Believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
I love the confidence of the guy. I mean, she's not showing the size of the vehicle, but I don't know what this is. It looks like a Toyota Camry, maybe. Just a normal-sized car for not a normal-sized woman. Believe me, you can't fit in this car. You know what that guy reminds me of? It reminds me of that guy that's like, you're not that guy.
Pal.
Trust me, you're not going to fit in this car.
That was a slap in the face.
Hey, before we get into it, I am touring. Melbourne starts in like 2 weeks. Here are all of my dates. LouSpears.com. Come and see me live in 2025. It's a brand new show. You're going to love it. It is so fun. It's really funny, and I want to see you there. Tickets are going quick, though, so don't miss out.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
Yeah, I mean, look at the size of her. The tires cut at some point, all right? I'm all for body positivity, but let's acknowledge that if you put 500 kilos on like the left-hand backside of a car, every time they did a turn, for every roll this woman has, the car would do 3.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough.
I love women of all sizes, but can we all acknowledge that she doesn't even fit in the fucking chair that they've sat her in? Like, it looks like she's got a quarter of one ass cheek, and that's taken up most of the chair that they've sat her in. I mean, I assume they would have had to throw that chair out after the interview. It would have been that misshapen by her gargantuan bottom, which I truly believe is beautiful.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
It really hurt your feelings. Yeah, look, I sympathize, and I'm sure it would have been very embarrassing for this poor woman to get denied a ride because of her size, but however much pain her feelings were in would not have compared in any way, shape, or form to the amount of terrible pain that the brake pads on that car would have been if she somehow fit in the back seat.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
Yeah, look, I don't think we can compare religious discrimination and racism to, hey man, you're not going to fit in my fucking car. Like, that's just physics. You know what I mean? Like, it's not discrimination if you had so many double quarter pounders that you don't fit in the backseat of a Toyota Camry, all right? That's just how the world works, brother. I don't get upset at Dreamworld when they don't let me on the ride because I'm too tall. I'm not going to be like, oh, that's discrimination against my height. I'm just going to be like, oh, thank God I didn't get on the ride, because if I did, I'd be fucking decapitated going into the tunnel, all right? It's a safety issue. It's not a race issue or a religious issue. It's not discrimination. You don't fit in the car.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
Of course the same thing happened to them. If you're the size of a Mack truck, you're not going to fit in a little Tesla. Like, that's just... You know, this is like some fucking square peg, round hole shit. Like, if you don't fit in the car, you can't get in the car. Although, judging by some of the outfits that Dank DeMoss wears, she doesn't really seem to understand sizes and what she does fit into. Where the fuck did she buy those tights from? Was that made out of a sail from a boat? Where are you buying this shit? Dank DeMoss filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, and I've been following this story pretty closely because it's very amusing to me. The funniest thing is that a Lyft accidentally messed up in the beginning and sent out a tweet apologizing for their driver's disheartening behavior. Here we've got Dank DeMoss standing with her two incredibly underweight lawyers. Looks like she's been eating their lunch. We've got one lawyer who's had to bend and stretch all the way out this way to put his arm around her. I mean, if you can't hug someone, they can't fit in a car. I feel like that should be like a rule. Anytime a big case happens like this with some kind of public figure, it just sets off like sus alarm bells whenever they're filming themselves going through all of this stuff. It kind of just looks like an obvious PR stunt. Like, she's a rapper. They're probably a new law firm. I think they're just trying to either get a settlement or a lot of PR. Either one is a huge win for them. Not as huge as their client, but you know what I mean. Obviously, this has gotten a lot of backlash, and the rapper Dank DeMoss has put out photos proving that she can actually fit into cars. And this is one of the photos that she posted. Her fitting into, I don't know, what is that, an Escalade? I don't know, giant, ridiculous American cars. Like, the reason why American cars have to be so big is because of beautiful BBWs like this. But she barely even fits in this thing. If we really look at it, that's a massive, huge car, and she barely even fits into the back seat of that thing. So I don't think this is proving her point at all. However, there is another photo of her in the trunk of a vehicle. This looks to be some kind of SUV, maybe? I don't know. It looks like a bigger car, and she barely fits in the trunk of that thing. I mean, looking at these photos, it makes me think to be this woman's chauffeur, you'd probably need a forklift license. Like, what's going on?
So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car?
Look, man, if I see a bigger person complaining about weight discrimination and saying that they could have fit into a car, but the evidence they use of them getting their ride denied is just mostly them breathing very heavily. So you're saying I can't fit in the car? I think I believe the driver. You need an oxygen tank, and then maybe to be transported around in an actual tank.
So you telling me I can't get in the Lyft because I can't fit in your car?
So you telling me I can't get in the Lyft because I can't... The breathing, dude. This is why I can't listen to Biggie Smalls. He's undeniably an amazing rapper, but the heavy breathing just gets me every time, man. That's why I can't listen to Dave Blunt's. It's just that in-between verses that really are just like every 3 words. I can't listen to that shit. It sounds like you're on a treadmill, but you're just rapping in a booth. It takes me out of the moment.
The driver told her she needed to request an XL car.
I was embarrassed, and I feel some type of way about it.
I feel for this woman. I'm sure it would have been very embarrassing, and it wouldn't have been a nice experience. Like, what makes you think that I wouldn't fit in your car? I don't know. My fucking eyes? My ability to perceive? What makes you think that you can fit?
Didn't have to pay for extra for a Uber XL.
Why not? I mean, if you don't fit in the small car, you have to pay more for the XL. I mean, we all know you're getting the large-sized meal. You're paying extra for that. Why not the car?
Quote, Lyft unequivocally condemns all forms of discrimination. We believe in a community where everyone...
Okay, that's bullying. Putting the woman in the extra wide hallway to get a shot of her walking like a munchkin wearing the leg braces from Forrest Gump, that's bullying, bro. I'm sorry. Like, all of these journalists and camera people, they know exactly what they're doing. The dude that sat her on the chair that's too small for her. The people that decided to make her walk down an incredibly long hallway so that before the interview started, she'd be nice and out of breath and sweaty. This is humiliating for this poor woman. What the news people are doing to this woman is so much worse than what this Lyft driver did. Like, look at this. They've got her walking down the hallway. They put her on the side with the water fountain. She has to squeeze past. Thank goodness they had a wide hallway to do that walking shot. I mean, if I had to do that shot in my house with her, I would have turned to paste against the wall. I'm going to do a little sketch here for the hallway bit. So put this bit Like, take this clip, for example, for journalists humiliating this woman for views, all right? Check out this clip of her at the Breakfast Club where they get her in for an interview and they give her a really small chair.
Got it. Yep. It's the only seat y'all got?
Is she already little?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, man, they brought over the 3-seater and she's like, yeah, this'll do. This is the problem. You can't say that you can fit in any car and then at every single interview you complain about a chair being too small. Like, that chair that they wanted to sit her in is roughly the size of like a chair in a car. You know? I've never seen a couch this size in a fucking Camry before.
That's what I'm talking about. Good. This is accommodation.
This is what I'm talking about. This is accommodation. Yeah, accommodation is Lyft and Uber being like, hey, there's an XL option for big groups or big people. That's what accommodation is, all right? If this was a chair hire company, you'd have to pay extra for the bigger chair. That's the world.
I feel like a lot of times people think that bigger people, obese, the F word people should just be in a house.
Who said anything about gay people being in the house? Oh, she means fat people. I thought she meant...
Oh!
I'm not saying that word.
Yeah, we don't use that word in my house either.
I thought you talking about the gay slur. I'm like, wait, I'm confused.
No.
No.
That's how it is. We go outside and people looking at us crazy like, we getting stared at.
Look, I'm a massive person in a really different way. When you have an unusual body, people are going to be like, oh, look at that. You know, like I'm 6'8". This is the roof here. All right, the roof is almost near my fucking head. Okay, so I understand that when I walk down the street, people are going to stare and kids are going to go, "Mommy, you're giant." That's not necessarily mean or discriminatory. That's just what it's like to have a unique look. If you wore a fucking outfit full of glitter and you had your hair all crazy, people would look at you because it's not what they normally see. The same is true when you drive a Lamborghini. People are going to look like, if you look different, people are going to go, and then all that judgment shit that is in your own head, a lot of that's just projection of like, oh, this person's looking at me because they fucking hate me. And it's like, nah, they're looking at you because you're fucking huge, brother. You're massive. That's quite interesting.
No, we getting stared at. For what? Because we big?
Yes. Like fucking dwarves feel this. I would imagine that like people with anorexia feel this. Like everyone who looks very different gets looked at because they're different. And some people get discriminated against and bullied for it, but most of the time people just look at stuff they don't see very often because they don't see it very often.
They have some discretion, you're saying, but when it comes to some of these protected liberties, no.
That is what the attorneys are saying, and they said they had enough to file suit. They have filed that lawsuit, and Lyft has been served, but we will see what happens. We'll stay in touch with Deja.
What's the court case going to be? They're going to get her into the witness stand. She won't be able to fucking fit in it. And the judge is going to go, all right, you can't even fit in the fucking witness stand, all right? You're too big to be in a trial situation. I don't think you can fit in a car. All they had to do is pull up in the same model car and go, all right, fit in it, and then see if that thing could navigate a tight turn without rolling over. I don't think it could. Seems like an easy dub for Lyft.
It's like my mind don't know that I'm this big. My mind does not know that I'm this big. So I be feeling like I can do everything.
They should have just played that clip in court. My mind doesn't know that my body is this big. I feel like I can do anything. Your Honor, this bitch has no idea she's 5,000 kilos. I move to dismiss this lawsuit with prejudice.
The rapper says she's pretty tough.
They keep talking about her being a rapper, but I've never heard of her. This is why I'm always sus of these types of news stories, because it's just good promo. Believe me, I'm always in the news for bullshit reasons. It's great promo. It really helps me sell tickets. loosebeers.com. Come and see me live. But it had me thinking, let's have a look at this woman. Let's see how her music sounds. Is she any good?
I'm that bitch. It ain't no capping me. Ain't talking about shit. Why hoes be mumbling? Paid fat queen. These bitches under me.
Okay, she's actually fucking great. Paid fat queen. These bitches under me. I assume that they're all 2D or dead or both if they're underneath you. But this is sick. I actually like this. This is great.
Don't bother me. I done lost my mind. I think I left it at home. I ain't fighting to the top. I put my name on the
All these rappers with their chains disgust me, okay? It's not a flex, all right? Oh, cool, you've got a diamond chain. Who gives a fuck, all right? Dank DeMoss has a diamond chain, and it's so big that it fits around her neck. That's a fucking flex, man. Don't show me any more diamond chains until you have one that can cover the girth of a neck, such as Dank DeMoss's.
Stand on that shit. I can outsmart a killer. Ain't no scaring me, bitch.
Yeah, honestly, unironically, I've just added Dank DeMoss to my playlist. She slaps. This chick is great. But, you know, I wasn't exactly wrong about this whole thing being a big PR stunt, because it's come to light that Dank DeMoss is just making a lot of money off this promo through her OnlyFans. She lost the lawsuit. She doesn't care, and she's just posting wobbly thirst traps to men who are really into BBBBBBBBBBBWs. And good on her. She's making bank. God, it's actually mesmerizing. I can't look away. I feel sorry for her knees. You know, if she got in that lift, we'd have to set up a support group between the suspension in that car and the knees in her legs, because I feel like they'd have a lot in common.
I like men. I used to like girls. I used to be gay, but I'm not no more.
She used to be gay, but she's not anymore. You can't be saying that stuff when the conservative culture is in charge. They're going to start thinking that the cure to gay people is McDonald's or something. You can't be saying that stuff. You got to be like, no, I'm just into men more at the moment. You can't say I cured myself through what? Fucking slushies from 7-Eleven.
You
The most
appreciate the
I
beauty?
do is have sex with a woman.
I have so many foul jokes that I just can't say on this platform that are just running through my head that I value my channel too much. I'm just confused about the logistics of it all. That's it. We don't need to go any further than that. She's taken the opportunity to sell out a lot of live shows. Here she is performing. She's doing a dance move. I really like this one. This is a good one. And there she goes. Center of gravity. Big women's worst enemy. Look at the way her legs go up when she falls over and then she rolls around. Honestly, falling over it as an obese woman looks kind of fun and comfortable. I wouldn't be able to get up, but it does look fun getting down.
I be feeling like I could do everything. So when I walk in the gym, I feel like I'm fit.
Man, I love her accent. When I walk into the gym, I feel like I'm already fit. Yeah, who's that Anna Paul chick? Oh, you know, I grew up rich, but I felt poor. It's like, all right, you guys might be delusional, all right? Or, normal people look at you and go, you're insane.
Two booty shorty. Two booty shorty. Hey.
She just called her front gut an ass, because that's what it looks like. So she's going two booty shorty. All right, I like her. I like her. You know what? I think she's funny. And I think she deserves all the money in the world, so that at the very least she can buy a triple XL Suburban or something like that, so she can fit in it comfortably on her way to the gym. God bless my two booty shorty. That's it. Like, subscribe, come see me live, loosebeers.com. I got a bunch of dates in 2025. If you don't see your city, hit the link and put it in. I'll email you when I'm on the way. Thank you very much. We're almost at 600,000 subscribers. Pretty cool. Talk to you soon.